All right, chapter 11 from Restart. This is Aaron. You'll you'll remember who Aaron is. He is a part of the Aaron and Bear. And before Chase's accident, it was Chase, Aaron, and Bear. So these are the three guys football team. So let's listen to this chapter. It's from Aaron's point of view. My dad always used this expression: if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. Well, this isn't always true. It looks like an Ambrose, it talks like Ambrose, but no way that's Ambrose. How can a person be so different just because he fell on his head? Okay, so he's sidelined from football. Nothing you can do about that and about some doctor's orders. And amnesia? That's pretty out there, although Wikipedia says it's real. But even if every single memory is erased from your head, wiped clean from your phone when I drop it in the toilet, you should still be the same person, right? Chase just isn't. Not that the kid Bear and I grew up with, played sports with, broke all the rules with, since we were in second grade. You can see it in his eyes. He looks at us like he barely knows us or any of the hurricanes. I guess I understand that. We're like new people. We just met for the first time. Even so, shouldn't we be starting to hit it off by now? That's not happening either. He's not into the things we're into. Not football, not anything. That hurts. I get that his memory is erased, but is our whole friendship erased too? Being boys with someone isn't just a bunch of stuff you did together in the past. There has to be more to it than that. But right now, it's like we've got zero in common with this guy. Worse, the kid he does have stuff in common with are all losers. The video club, really? The Chase I knew wailed on those guys worse than any of us. And now, they're who he wants to hang out with? Who's next, huh? The Care Bears? And those wusses have totally forgiven him too, except Shoshana. For obvious reasons. I wonder if he'd figured that out yet. The big question is this: is the old Ambrose trapped in there somewhere, waiting to realize what a dork he's being and get back to normal? Or is this the new, nerd-loving Chase, the only Chase there's going to be from now on? That's a pretty big deal, and not just because we're supposed to be boys. He has something that belongs to all three of us, something important. What if he doesn't even know he's got it? Bear isn't a deep thinker. He's all action. Dude, this is stupid. Let's just ask him. Say, we know you have it. Fork it over. The guy has amnesia, I reason. That means he might not even remember where he put it. Bear snorts. You buy that? Trust me, he remembers just fine. That thing's valuable. He's faking all this amnesia stuff so he can keep it for himself. You're talking about our boy, I exclaim, angrily, giving him a shove that would put one of those video dweebs halfway across town. You're a jerk for even thinking it. He shoves me back. Then you're the jerk, because I know you're thinking it too. But I'm not thinking it. Honestly, if Chase is just punking us all with this amnesia stuff, that would be better. If tomorrow he says, fooled you, I might be ticked off for a day or so, then I'd shake his hand for putting one over on us. Mostly, I'd be glad to have the old Chase back. One way or the other, we've got a problem, I tell him. If we face him with it, and he honestly doesn't remember, then we've just confessed to a guy who isn't really our friend anymore. Big deal. It is a big deal, I persist, because the new Chase is goody-goody. He stands up for losers. He does community service when he doesn't have to. If he forgot what we did, I don't want to remind him. A guy like that could turn all three of us in because it's the right thing to do. Unless he's lying, Bear adds grimly. And we'll deal with that too, if necessary. We'll just have to wait and see. There's nothing more frustrating than trying to squeeze the truth out of someone when you can't let him know what you're trying to get him to say. I'm a plain guy. I like plain talk, but in this case, it's too dangerous. Our best chance to coax it out of him is at the Graybeard Motel. But it's not so easy there either. Bad enough, he does community service. When he's off the hook, why does he have to be so gung-ho about it? It's depressing to watch him. He delivers more snacks in 20 minutes than Bear and I could stretch out into a whole afternoon. And in the extra time, he reads to people. He pushes wheelchairs around. He helps the old fogies with cell phones that they don't have a prayer of figuring out. Is it just me, Bear mutters, or is he deliberately trying to make us look bad? I don't think it's on purpose, I mumble back. He really likes it here. The old fossils like him too. We can't walk 3 feet down the hall without some Dumbledore or Dumbledora hauling him in to adjust the TV or to reach something from a high shelf. Bear is insulted. We're taller than Ambrose. We can reach stuff. How come nobody ever asks us? Because we'd say no, I remind him. Or maybe just ignore him. Listen, it's annoying that all these blue hairs love Chase, but it's not a mystery. Even sour-faced Nurse Duncan, who wishes our community service was over more than we do, has a smile for Ambrose, an even deeper scowl for Bear and me. It doesn't help that Chase has forged the closest friendship of all with the one resident he could be staying away from. The one resident he should be staying away from. That crotchety old warhorse in room 121. Wouldn't you know it? The one graybeard who hates everybody and who all the other graybeards hate right back has decided to love Ambrose. Go figure. It's those stupid Korean War stories that brought the two of them together. Chase can't get enough of them, and the geezer is overjoyed to have someone willing to listen who doesn't have to change his hearing aid battery 5 times in the course of it. How come you guys have so much to say to each other? Bear demands. Ambrose shrugs. He's interesting. It's not every day you meet someone who's been awarded the country's highest medal. Why does he always have to bring that up? It makes me nervous, and it makes Bear practically crazy. Wikipedia says the Korean War only lasted 3 years, I grumble. He's already told you every minute of it. What more is there to say? Ambrose laughs. He's nice. He's not nice. Ask anyone in the building. He calls noise complaints on squeaky wheelchairs. He yells out spoilers on movie night. The nurses hate him even worse than we do. If this was a reality show and they got to vote someone out of the Graybeard Motel, he'd be on the street. But Chase gets called away to wheel Mrs. Berglund to her weekly canasta game, as if one of the orderlies couldn't do it. Maybe he just likes war stories, I offer to Bear. He isn't buying it. He never liked war stories before. And that's the whole problem. We know the kid, but we don't, which makes it almost impossible to figure out what's going on inside his head. Or how worried should we be?